Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Potential tornado surreal for residents who witnessed damaging storm in southern Ontario. Ontario store employees charged in theft of $50,000 lottery ticket. One man dead, another in critical condition after overnight shooting outside school in Mississauga. Minister expected to table bill to extend citizenship rights to children born abroad. Former restaurant manager in Oshawa charged with sexual assault. Charges laid in Canada-wide check fraud scheme, Peel police say. Will high-frequency trains derail Via's legacy revenue?
These were the headlines, and now let's jump right into the details.
A high-frequency rail project between Toronto and Quebec City is generating big questions about the future of Via Rail. On track to start operations in about a decade, the so-called HFR promises to transport more passengers more quickly, more often. But the swifter service also threatens to lure customers and cash away from Via Rail's main service, which derives the vast majority of its revenue from the Central Canadian Corridor. Via CEO Mario Peloquin says the Crown Corporation plans to discuss its funding model with the federal government in several years, but that it intends to maintain service in Ontario and Quebec, as well as on its long-haul routes. Last week, Via reported on operating loss that increased 8% year over year to $381.8 million in 2023, even as ridership continues to grow. Peloquin is banking on more business passengers and fewer short haul commuters to drive up revenue as part of a 5-year strategy that aims to cut operating costs and replace the organization's 75-year-old long haul fleet. Peel police say 3 people are facing charges in connection with a Canada-wide scheme that involved hundreds of counterfeit checks being deposited into fraudulent business accounts. In a news release, Peel police said the deposits were made between February and April 2024, and the total dollar loss is believed to be more than $250,000. Peel Regional Police is working with other law enforcement agencies across Canada to identify more incidents and potentially more suspects, a news release issued by the police service read. Harkomal Grewal, a 35-year-old man from Brampton, and Abhiraj Salota, a 26-year-old Niagara Falls resident, have been charged with 2 counts of fraud over $5,000 and 2 counts of uttering forged documents. A Canada-wide warrant has been issued for a third suspect, identified by police as 48-year-old Brampton resident Saeed Kirmani. Anyone with information on Saeed's whereabouts or this investigation is asked to contact the Fraud Bureau by calling 905-453-3311 extension 3335, Peel Police said. Witnessing a potential tornado was surreal for the residents who caught a glimpse of damaging storm in southern Ontario on Wednesday night. At around 9:35 p.m., Mona Ashim was on her way home from work when a dark funnel cloud could be seen in distance as lightning flashed across the stormy sky near Alliston, Ontario. I have never seen anything like that before, Ashim said. While her husband drove through heavy droplets of rain, she saw a tornado warning pop up on her phone. Environment Canada released the warning for Newmarket, Bradford, Aurora, East Gwillimbury, Georgina, and Bradford, West Gwillimbury. It alerted residents this is a dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation. Meanwhile, in Bradford, Gabriel Berardo posted a video as the storm brewed. It looks like to be intensifying, actually, he said around 9 p.m., standing in front of heavy storm clouds and sky flickering with lightning. There is rotation on it, and it appears to be strengthening. Just 30 minutes later, he captured video of a potential tornado. It's kind of scary, not going to lie, he said, as a funnel flashed in the distance. Further south, Ethan Collins posted a video that appeared to be a time-lapse of storm in Newmarket. This is not a time-lapse, he clarified. I took this as a tornado warning was issued. In the 30-second video, the sky flickered from pitch black to sudden strobes of light. Northern Tornadoes Project Executive Director Dr. David Sills said nearly all of the severe weather reports his team received on Wednesday were tied to hail measuring up to 75 mm with very little in the way of wind damage and no tornado sightings. Active power outages continue to pepper southern Ontario on Thursday morning. Our crews are out in full force responding as quickly and safely as possible to outages caused by damaging thunderstorms that continue to affect parts of the province, Hydro One posted on its website. On Thursday morning, a sunny sky clear of cloud graced southern Ontario. While we continue on with the fair but gutsy conditions for Friday, the sunshine and seasonably warm weather will be short lived. Another round of wet, stormy weather moves on Saturday afternoon. Much cooler winds arrive early next week, CP24 meteorologist Bill Coulter said. Enjoy or endure the early season summer like warmth while it's here. Immigration Minister Mark Miller is expected to table legislation today that would extend citizenship to some children born outside of the country. In 2009, the Conservative government changed the law so that Canadian parents who were born abroad could not pass down their citizenship unless their child was born in Canada. Amendments to the Citizenship Act in 1977 and 2009 also stripped thousands of people who were born abroad of their Canadian citizenship. Those who have not had access to citizenship rights as a result of the amendments are known as lost Canadians. Last year, the Ontario Superior Court found the current system unconstitutionally creates two classes of Canadians and gave Ottawa until June 19 to fix the problem. It's not yet clear how the government plans to establish whether people have a significant enough connection to Canada to warrant citizenship. A man has died and another male victim remains in hospital in critical conditions following a double shooting at a school parking lot in Mississauga late Wednesday night. Police were called to the scene on Montevideo Road in the area of Glen Erin Drive and Battleford Road at 11:10 p.m. A young adult male and middle-aged man were subsequently transported to a local hospital, and one of them was then airlifted to a trauma center via air ambulance, Peel Regional Paramedic Services said. One of the victims, a man in his 40s, has since been pronounced dead, Peel Regional Police said Thursday morning. They said the other victim, a male under the age of 20, remains in hospital. The suspect or suspects fled the area and there is no description of them so far, police said. Numerous evidence markers were visible on the ground outside the school Thursday morning as officers continued to investigate. Images from the scene show a number of emergency vehicles at the school and there is expected to be a heavy police presence at the school into the day. Officers are currently going door to door canvassing neighbors in the area for footage. However, the school remains open today. So, school is in session. We are working closely with the school, obviously, to maintain scene security and ensure the well being of the students, Constable Tyler Bell said. Two workers at a store in southwestern Ontario are facing criminal charges after allegedly stealing a winning lottery ticket worth $50,000. The alleged theft happened in Mitchell, which is about 60 kilometers north of London. On December 14, 2023, the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation contacted the OPP's Investigation and Enforcement Bureau, which is embedded within the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario, about a suspicious lottery win at a retail outlet in Mitchell. A 38-year-old man has been arrested and charged after two victims were allegedly sexually assaulted by their manager at an Oshawa restaurant. In March, Durham Regional Police Service DRPS launched an investigation after two people reported being sexually assaulted at their place of work. The incidents happened at One-Eyed Jack's at 33 Taunton Road West. Jairam Sivagananan Sundaram, 38, of Oshawa, has been charged with 3 counts of sexual assault and 2 counts of sexual exploitation. Police said that the accused, who is known as Ram, was employed as the restaurant's manager at the time of the alleged sexual assaults. He no longer works there, but may be working at other restaurants in the Greater Toronto and New Hamburg, Kitchener areas, they said. Investigators are concerned there may be more victims and asking anyone with information about this or similar incidents to contact DRPS Special Victims Unit at 1-888-579 1520 extension 5318 or Crime Stoppers anonymously.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.